All right, so my step one for starting the business is going to be the planning, what you need to do. Um, my first thing would be research. Look into whatever service you're going to provide or product you can provide, how you're going to get it to people, how it's being advertised. And it's really simple to do that. One, you can get on ChatGPT. There's a lot of cool tools on there. Talk to ChatGPT or whatever AI. A lot of times they can go through and look this stuff up and do a little research for you. That makes it simple. But bare bones, if it's a service, if it's a product, get on places like Facebook Marketplace. Think of where you would go to go look for this service and look at pricing and do those things. Okay? Get on Facebook Marketplace, search it. For mine, it's dumpster rentals. Okay? And then tractor services, brush hogging, all that kind of stuff. Get on Facebook Marketplace in your area, search that thing, see what the prices are, go to their ads, see what they're looking like, and see what stuff they're including. You'll learn stuff from competitors or future competitors. It really helps. Look through that stuff and see what they're gearing it towards. And a lot of times you're going to want to try to align yourself with some of those competitors because what they're doing is working, right? If they're a successful business. So that would be my first step. Do the research on that front. And then you're going to want to go and see what all the costs you're going to have associated with that service or product, okay? I'll tell you, man, you can pick up the phone and call these companies or email these companies. If you're wanting to sell a product, email them. Hey, I want to be a dealer. I picked up a dealer license for Titan attachments and started dealing for them in the process of working this business, just kind of an offshoot. All I did was I sent them an email. They hit me back. They put me to one of their sales reps. I got to talking to him, told him what I was trying to do, and he put me right on the path of how to do it. And it took me 5 minutes. No big deal. But I also asked him, hey, send me a list of your top 10 selling items and show me what kind of numbers y'all are doing in the business with those. And really simple. He sends me over a spreadsheet. Boom, it shows me the top 10 items they've got. Sorry, you're hearing my doors back there because I've got them open and the wind's blowing them around a little. But do your research on that. So you're going to want to see what your costs are as far as the dumpsters and stuff like that. For me, it was seeing what the dump fees were going to be at different dumps, learning what stuff you could dump, what you couldn't dump, and then which landfills were for which thing. You know, it's all different, but you want to find this stuff out ahead of time. And I probably had 30 pages of where I just wrote this stuff down. My business plan. Yes, it wasn't some crazy thing. It was, okay, here's what I want the business name to be. Here's what services I want to offer. These are my goals with it. And then I would break those down into subsequent pages where I go in and, okay, dumpster rentals. And I would write down every detail of all the research I did for pricing, cost, all that stuff, figuring out what equipment I needed, what was better equipment, what was worse, could I buy used? There's just a whole spectrum. And that can apply to every business you're doing, okay? So, again, do the research and get all that ironed out before your next step. Your next step is going to be creating the business. I'll get into that in the next video, but it's not that expensive to start a business on paper and file with the Secretary of State and do that, but you want to get that done ahead of time. If you've done your research, you know you're going to be all in this business and you're going to make a go at it, invest in it. Spend the money. I didn't do it all myself. I cheated. I did it through LegalZoom. I think I ended up spending $500. But guess what? $500 is a drop in the bucket if that's something I'm really going to try to do. Okay? You can test the waters on these services and you can get out there and do some business before you do it if you want to. But if you're committed to, okay, I'm starting this business, I would suggest you do your research. You make sure everything's sound, everything's good, there's a market for it in your area, and then you start a business, you start an LLC, you get it on paper, okay? And then I'll have the next steps on all that starting in the next video.